Member for Fowler.
Mr. Speaker, I thank the member for North Sydney for bringing this matter of public importance to the House. Right now, of course, families in electorates like mine are making the impossible choices of between paying for the rent and putting food on the table. In these circumstances, it is difficult to talk about biodiversity when people are struggling to afford the basics. However, let me be clear. Protecting Australia's environment is not just an environmental issue, it is an economic one. The government must not treat biodiversity and cost of living as separate challenges. They are interconnected, and neglecting one will only deepen the crisis in the other. Our parks, green spaces and bushlands are not just picturesque landscapes. They are essential to our well-being and economic resilience. Access to nature improves mental and physical health, reducing healthcare costs. Healthy individuals mean a more productive workforce, fewer sick days and lower public health expenditures, real economic savings for our nation. Biodiversity is a critical asset for current and future generations living in Australia. Healthy ecosystems act as natural buffers against the extreme climate impacts such as floods and droughts. Within the Fowler electorate, biodiversity plays a significant role in producing oxygen, clean oxygen, improvement of health with the benefit of green spaces and minimising urban heat. As you know, Western Sydney, during summer, we feel extreme heat there. There is an abundance of parks, of course, reserves, wetlands and critical ecosystems such as Chipping Norton Lakes, Cabramatta Creek and Bosley Park reserves. I have walked in my local parks and seen how these parks play such an important role to families in Fowler. And my local councils have invested a lot of money to develop these parks because obviously in suburbs, big families live in small units and they don't have the room and space to have recreational space, so therefore it's important to provide recreational spaces. And I want to acknowledge both Fairfield City Council and Liverpool Council for investing in these recreational facilities for our community. Fairfield City Biodiversity Strategy has also set a target of 30% of the city with tree canopy cover, 60% reduction of priority weeds and 30% of both sides of creek banks rehabilitated to naturalised condition, and give away 4,000 Indigenous trees, shrubs and ground covers each year to our local community. These efforts are to ensure that constituents can continue to enjoy the green landscape and nature's benefits for many years to come. These natural spaces should not be viewed as luxuries. They are lifelines, particularly in times of economic hardship. And I encourage the Commonwealth Government to play a much more important role in investing and preserving this limited but natural environment, especially in communities in Western Sydney. So while my community's immediate concern is making ends meet, I understand that we can't ignore the bigger picture. If the government is serious about addressing the cost of living crisis, then it must see protecting Australia's nature and biodiversity as an investment in economic stability, not an afterthought. Deputy Speaker, we cannot afford to be short-sighted. Protecting nature safeguards our health, jobs and food security and ultimately the affordability of life in this country. This Parliament must put aside political differences and commit to policies that recognise a deep link between our environment and our economy. By investing in our natural capital, we are investing in our people, ensuring that families, especially those in Fowler, can have not only a thriving environment but also a real chance at a better future. Thank you, Deputy Speaker.